Thank you, Leaster. Hello, everybody. TMG is here with our next episode of our podcast, the Casually Casual podcast. We need to think of an intro. I am here joined today with Always Boring You
Hello, everybody.
and Iliaster 720.
Hey,
Back at it again.
Yeah, we're testing our new sound effects, so you know,
It's a work in progress.
however that works. So yep, like I said, this is episode 2. Hopefully this is gonna be a good podcast.
Better than episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah, let me promote you real quick.
All right.
But
the Nightfall, right?
yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. Some kind of maybe
sure do.
concerning things to talk about. That's for sure.
Let me promote you real quick.
Cause you know, Bungie.
Yeah.
I don't even. You know what? Eliaster, you saw everything, right? What do you think of it so far?
Like my opinion.
Yeah, you know what? Let's start with a positive one. That's what we're gonna do, because we're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna talk about obviously the live stream they had. We're gonna talk about the text message, the Twitter message. What am I saying? The Twitter message Luke Smith posted, sent out to everybody, and the reaction from the community, which obviously that's gonna be fun. Also, we're gonna talk about some Thanksgiving stuff because it was in the United States Thanksgiving. So let's start with the live stream because that's what most people will be interested in, if at all. So, Elias, want to start the Nightfall? So they have something to see at least.
I'm leader.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go for prestige.
Okay.
All right. So
we're trying to show them something good, but let's go for it.
Yo,
Yeah.
You're not ready.
Oh, what do you mean? What do I need to be? Oh no, I haven't done this with my Titans. None of the quest stuff. I can't do the Nightfall. Oh.
We'll be ready for
Take 2. Cut.
Do we cut? Like, just do it again?
Change character.
Put some cool or something then. Oh, actually, let me switch character. But let's talk about. Nah, I'm gonna switch character. But let's talk about the live stream and the glorious reaction from the people. But first, let's hear the opinion of Eliaster, because he's the guy who's mostly unbiased towards the community and more biased towards Bungie, which is kind of interesting in itself. So, what do you think, Eliaster?
Well, to start off, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm biased towards Bungie, but I understand the game, that they're making. I understand that, that I still enjoy playing the game, and that it shouldn't be in people's mind, to think that Destiny 2 should be the only game you should be playing. Now, with that said, the stream in itself was a bit. It felt short, even though it was like 45 minutes long. I'm not sure if it was.
Somewhere
but
in there.
Felt short to me because it felt like a recap from last stream.
Shorter
They
than our
didn't say
podcast.
a lot of a lot of new things. They did went to show about the whole multiple. What's it called again?
The reforging of the weapons.
The Infinite Forest. The Infinite Forest.
Oh.
Yeah. They talked about the Infinite Forest, weapons, and how you forge those unique looking weapons for the Curse of Osiris. They also mentioned we also got to see the the Dark Future, which looks great to me. The public event, again, that felt more like a recap from last stream, but you know, and again, it probably, like, for me, it should have been 2 streams, not 3 of them, to display all the content, you know, of Curse of Osiris. But hey, that's just me. But the first thing that I want to talk about is the Infinite Forest. I did pay attention, just as a side. I did pay attention to the weapon forgery, but I didn't pay that much attention. So I guess I'll leave that for you guys, since you're more into that whole, you know. I mean, because again, when you have a gun, you know you want it to be good for both for PvE and PvP, but mostly PvP. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with the whole Lego set of procedurally generated things on the Infinite Forest, which it looks great. You know, by the way, that everything is generated. They did mention that the PS4 or the Xbox generated. So you know, I thought that was pretty cool because they showed.
Actually, I think it's more of a the guy couldn't think of the words to say, and that's how he said it.
Well, it's still, you know, I mean, they give them, you know, they give them like the pieces, you know, and then the Xbox or the PlayStation, you know, engine, you know, and CPU, you know, puts it together accordingly, because again, it's random but not entirely random, like you said. They were like
Obviously, yeah.
To me, it felt like it was just one giant bridge. The thing that he mentioned, it was like the action subway towards, you know, the main places, which is like the future, the present, and the past. When I saw them play through it, it seemed kind of empty to me. It was a lot of running. Again, Bungie has something with platforming, but I guess it's the Vex, so that makes sense. But yeah, I liked it how they have the hive enemies there. But yeah, it felt to me it felt a little empty, but really cool. It was really cool. The whole scenario, how, you know, it generates and everything, it was really cool. Then when they showed the Dark Future, again, it looks great. Lots of platforms. That's the main theme with the Vex, you know, lots of platforming, jumping here, jumping over there. They did mention that they were going to have a variety of enemies, because they did mention that this particular Dark Future was, what if the Fallen survive, you know, after we take over like the universe and the time, you know. But when they said they had variety of enemies, I'm thinking that, again, probably next time you go into the Dark Future, it's gonna be maybe Cabal, or, you know, or
Hive.
exactly, you know. So, you know, I guess each future, present, or past doesn't belong to a specific raid. It's just gonna be, again, at random, because these are all projections of how they see it. The playthrough itself, what they showed, didn't seem like there was a lot to do. Again, there was a lot of platforming. They went through a lot of killing of enemies. There was a giant shank, which is, I think, now a thing for, you know, the Fallen. But again, it felt like they were just jumping around, killing something in a larger platform, jump a bunch of tiny platforms, get to another large platform, kill some of the stuff until you got to the chest, which, I don't know, to me that seemed a little shallow. Didn't seem like there was a lot of stuff. The platforming was great. Again, the whole place looks fantastic. I love how it looks, you know. But again, it does feel like, you know, it was a bit empty. Is this gonna be the final product? Jeez, I really hope it's not. But for now, that's kind of like what I got from it. Again, it just looks fantastic. And about the public event, which it looks good, again, but it shouldn't be the main focus of the expansion. I don't know. For me, on these past 2 streams, it feels like they really want to push the whole public event. This is the main thing. Look at this. I'm sure they don't want to spoil the story, which I believe is the main thing, the main theme of the DLC, like always. Not like you always, but
Yeah, no, like the always, yeah.
But again, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to spoil anything, and I'm actually happy for that. But the main stuff that's gonna keep players playing the game, they're spoiling it like big time. They're spoiling most of the stuff that's gonna keep us, playing the game. I mean, the story and the other things that they haven't talked about are the things that are gonna make us want to play. But what's gonna make us keep playing is the stuff they're
Yeah.
spoiling. Um, so again, the public event looks great. A bit of a when Deej said that it was the most rewarding.
Yeah, no, I want to talk
Yeah,
about
but
that.
yeah, there was some mistake there.
Yeah, but again, that it looks great. I'm really glad that they're looking towards public events, but I really think that shouldn't be the main focus. That shouldn't be the thing they should be pointing out immediately. Um, so yeah, those are the main points that I wanted to focus on the stream. I really enjoyed the stream, but again, to me, it felt like a shorter stream because it felt more like a recap. I'll let you guys talk about the weapons a little more because that's something that I really, didn't pay much attention to. But yeah, I stand to what I said earlier, that it should have been 2 streams, not 3, because again, if they don't want to spoil
I
much,
felt like that's the
fine.
same thing that happened to Rise of Iron, to be honest. If you guys remember that, they did the whole 3 live streams, and it felt like it should have been more too, because there wasn't really much to talk about in the second one.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get what you're saying, and I completely agree. All right,
Yeah,
well, thank you for that summary. How about we start that Nightfall?
I think people are tired of just looking at ships.
I got something else on the screen.
That ship looks great.
I know it does look great, but then again,
Right.
it's
We
just
did
floating.
better for 12 minutes, so. All right, always, you that has, well, what's your opinion so far? What do you think of it? By the way, Esther,
Well,
nice summary of the stream. Yeah, pretty good summary.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm trying to be hopeful. I mean, Bungie has tried really hard in the past, and at some points it has delivered. At some points, has fallen short. And I understand why they're trying to do the 3 streams. They're trying to hype it up even more, just like they hyped up Destiny 2.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Esther. Maybe 2 streams would have been enough. Try to cover, the whole thing. What else?
But it's...
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that that fluke for the most rewarding public event. It's just because it's on the test environment. That they didn't really want it to show you how rewarding it would be, if it makes sense,
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, but
because I don't know, like back in the beta, the game will look way different too. Also, there's a couple things that on the streams and everything look different, and at the end they change. So I'm hoping, I mean, I don't think it was a purpose that they say it was gonna be the most reward, and then they just make that mistake.
I think Deech was actually waiting to them to show him the real one, to be honest. Like the real rewards.
Yeah, because
Again,
Yeah.
I don't want to give Bungie too much credit, for this. I mean, they've done it in the past. I'm not gonna go ahead and pretend, everything they do has been fine and dandy. But again, I just want to go ahead with, and I feel like it's a little sad to say to keep my expectations low, but
well, yeah.
at this point, again, this is one of the main things that I always had, and we'll go back on that. I don't mean to sidetrack too much, but that's one of the main things that the community, especially, I'm not calling out anybody, but mostly the YouTubers, the ones that give out the information to the public, they're putting Destiny in a place, you know, where everybody's expecting way too much, you know, and not really enjoying the game as it is.
Yeah.
So,
But at
yeah.
the same time, they had 4 years to, you know, perfect Destiny 2, and
No, yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm saying, you know, I'm not trying to sound, you know, like I'm here, you know, trying to tell everybody how to look at Destiny. But again, you know, it's just how you go into this. You know? But more on that later.
all right. You guys probably already know my opinion, so let's you know, I think Bungie. It felt honestly, it felt more like a screw up than you know, an intentional way to
Oh no,
display. Look at the rewards.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a mistake there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm.
You
I
know,
mean,
I'll give Deech credit. He tried to save it, but that was pretty. It was funnier to me than sad, you know, because I had already heard what happened, so I was when I saw it I was like, oh okay, yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, I wish that hadn't happened, because have you guys seen the on the YouTube page the dislike like ratio, which I'm kind of glad about it, because you know maybe this will give Bungie the, you know, the going like, hey,
the wake up call.
the wake up call. You know, we're not gonna, the Destiny community is not really gonna take it anymore. Like, I mean, you saw what happened like with EA and like with Call of Duty and all that stuff. You know, as soon as the people, you know, really voice it out, then that's when concerns start popping out, and that's when they start doing things. So I hope this is more of a, you know, okay, we got to take a step back and we got to figure out what is it that they really want. Which it's not like we haven't voiced it before, so.
Ow.
no.
Don't worry about
Oh, I was about to.
it. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it was. They had it. Let's be real. They had it coming for a while. Like, especially with these live streams. Like, I like how this time they also on the chat they only had the people who donated to the Bungie Foundation. That was like, oh,
Yeah.
this looks like they're trying to, you know, get damage control going or something. It felt really weird to me. Feels like they're starting to panic. They're starting to realize something's not right.
Absolutely. There's something that's not right. Yeah.
Which we already
Right.
know that, but and they know that too. But they're like, maybe we just can't get away with it. That's my feeling from it, anyway.
I guess, you know, I mean, you know, I never worked in, you know, in PR, you know, whatsoever, you know, so, you know, but to me, it just feels, you know, like they really want to make sure that the community, they're talking to the community, and they want to hear the community, which in a way it's a good thing and a bad thing, because, you know, again, you have a lot of hardcore players, you know, who love this game and want to have more,
Yeah.
high risk, high reward type of stuff, you know, but they also realize that a lot of players, like for example the casually casual podcast, we're not
players.
people who like, you know, we're not the type of players, you know, that play the game 24/7, you know. I mean, again, we only play like in the weekend or when we have time and whatnot. So they want to also address that people cannot grind so much, you know, as they would really want to, and that just really killed me. But still, you know, I'm just glad that they aren't listening to the community. But again, they should have a broader, you know, view on what players really want from the game.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, it's to me it's great. I love it, but they really need to be an incentive to play. That's gotta be one of my main, I would say, concerns about the game. You know? Not enough incentives to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you see, it's a lot of people's concerns. You know, they're like, well, we're starting to run out of things to do. We've been out of things to do for a while.
And it was one of the things that, you know, they said it wasn't gonna happen.
And
You know.
it happens to the. I feel like the Taken a little bit less than what happened to Taken King, but you know, somewhere around those lines. You guys remember what happened when after like a month that Taken King came out? You know, it was just like, what the fuck do we do? You know, pardon my French. And
Yeah.
it happened again, and I'm like, Bungie, please, you know. But like I said, I think Bungie this time is gonna go into, okay, we need to wow them this time, and they started off with next topic we got with Luke Smith's message, Twitter message about everything they're gonna do, and pointing out the fact that, you know, during the Curse of Osiris coming out, it's gonna be the new season, and it's gonna have a lot of new stuff and all that. You know, that definitely felt like a reaction, you know, to what happened with the live stream. They went like, "Hey, Luke Smith, go say something," you know, because if I remember correctly, Luke Smith hadn't talked about to the community at all for a while, and now, you know, he went like, "We're gonna have game updates, you know, more stuff."
That's one of the things that I'm glad for. I didn't know about the tweet afterwards, you know, after you mentioned it.
Okay.
But you know, one of my main concerns and points that I already had prepared for this podcast was, you know, they didn't mention anything about quality of life. They didn't mention anything about, you know, what they're gonna do about all this stuff that the community is complaining about. Then when you told me about the text message, the tweet. I noticed that. Oh, okay. So I guess, but again, that shouldn't be the way that they do it. Like tweet, especially stuff like this.
I think people would have been happier if the live stream was about the quality of light changes than about the public event. You know.
Again, yeah,
Yes.
a recap, yeah. See, that was one of my main, you know, things that I complained about.
By the way, if I sound a little more froggy than I usually do, it's because I'm getting out of a cold. Well, I just got in a cold and now I'm getting out. It's a weird thing.
It's one of them weird, you know.
One of them weird
yeah.
colds. So what do you think about it always? Like, what's your main thing you want them to fix, if anything?
Well, the main thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, oh shit. Shit, my bad. You asked me in the wrong moment. Alright, the main thing that I wanted to fix. Honestly, I mean, it's not fixed, but I mean, I guess you could consider it fixed. More variety, you know. When we're done doing, you know, whatever events we're doing, you know, strikes or, you know, going into the PvP aspect, you know, more variety, you know. I understand, you know, we used to have how many game modes on Destiny?
Like 6 or 7.
Exactly. Now we're stuck to 4. And yeah, I would like to see more variety, more than anything, on the PvP aspect.
On the PvP aspect? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to... For me, the number one thing is, you know, bring back a faster time to kill. I am tired of team shotting everything. Like, I am honestly... Increase the time to kill a little bit, please. Trigger words. Increase the time to kill, please, on PvP.
That's
maybe.
close.
I guess.
Oh shit.
You, Eliaster?
I think it's what I would want them to fix or address, you know, as soon as possible. You know, it might be a little big for them to do it right away. I understand the type of game that it is. But again, I would love for them to, like, all this, like, not a need for grind, but I need that when I complete an event, not just give me tokens, but, you know, an incentive, something, you know. I mean, just like back in
Something to work for.
Exactly, in King's Fall. You had normal mode. Oh, you got these weapons in it. And then you had hard mode, and you got different weapons. You got different armor. Sure, it's the same thing. It probably protects you with the same amount, or does the same thing. The weapon does the same damage. Again, something new, something that looks cool. You know, again, something that tells you, yeah, I did this. Also, I guess I'm that type of person, you know, that, you know, I loved how you could only level up back then, back in Destiny 1. How you could only level up if you finished the raid and whatnot. I guess maybe that's a little too hard for the casual players, you know. But I really did love, you know, when I got it done, I went like, yeah, I got it
we
done.
did it, and that's why we got this, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, now after you beat it once,
you're like, well,
you know,
I guess we're just gonna get better at it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, that's one of the major things that I didn't like about where the game was going, even when Wrath of Iron, you know, came out, and then Destiny 2. I didn't like when the route the game was taking, because it was like a trophy for just participating, a participation trophy. You know? But instead of having a main trophy, no, everything's a participation trophy. That's what I didn't like. You gotta have those rewards for the people who actually go ahead and, you know, do that specific super hard, you know, event, you know, and make sure that everybody knows that, yeah, I did it. I'm the one that, you know, even though I had worked on Monday, you know, and had to get up early, I stood all night getting this done, and this is my reward. Yeah, even if people don't have to know that you stood up all night, trying to finish. You know, to give it a oh, look at that, look at that guy, he did it. Oh, good for him. Again, you know, but if everybody's gonna get the same reward for basically doing the same stuff, I don't know. That's a major thing, you know, that puts me off. Again, I realize what that implies and why I would believe they would have trouble fixing or addressing that immediately, but it would definitely be something I would like in the future, you know, to be different. If it would have been because of Osiris, it would have been great, but maybe it's too soon. But yeah, that's just me.
I understand that. I understand that, and I completely agree with that. Because, you know, especially when we did the raid, I'm just like, well, if we get the full raid set, I guess that's a thing, but what if it looks bad? Because, you know, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the raid set that much. But,
I mean, the raid itself, but I mean, like hard mode. Again, make it feel like I did something that the average Joe cannot.
Yeah.
And that's coming from some casual, so you know there's a problem there. So I want to talk about a little bit of the community aspect of this, like how it. I think it's starting to show, because I never seen a Bungie stream have a bigger dislike ratio than a like ratio, even at its lowest times. This is probably the first time I see that ever happening. And I think that's a sign. I don't necessarily think it's a bad sign. I know I said that the community is kind of a salty place, but well deserved too in some aspects, to be honest. But I think this is pointing out, not just being salty. This is a message going like, we're not that salty. We're just unhappy this time. We're really unhappy.
We're not content with what we're at.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and I see it with the streams. Again, they are offering a lot. Maybe there's more hidden stuff that they don't want to talk about because they don't want to spoil it. They should be doing a better job communicating to the community.
Communicating, go like, no, this is not everything. It's just a part of it.
Exactly. You know, if I'm gonna get anything from these streams, you know, is that something that information, maybe not to spoil. I know they're really pushing that incentive. You know, when in these streams, I hear them all the time. We don't want to spoil this. We don't want to spoil that. You know, but oh god, this thing. I'm out. But yeah, but I would like to see better communication happening. I mean, especially with all the complaints that people have. I mean, just at least let us know that you're listening. You know.
Well, I think that's what Luke Smith did. A lot of people are saying that Luke Smith, you know, is the guy, you know, obviously who's working on D2, and he's the one who's ruining D2.
I hate to throw the fault at development. I know, but again, a game takes time. It's a lot of hard work, you know, to make, you know, and again, yeah, I'm not gonna say the Destiny 2 is perfect. You know, I'm not gonna say that. But
far from, yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't hold, you know, like, oh, this is this guy's fault, and, you know, crucify him for what he did. No. We need to chill. We need to take a step back. This is where the community comes together, you know, in a bad way, you know. That everybody wants to go ahead and find someone to crucify, you know.
Instead of coming together and voice an act, you know, a good opinion of what we can do, you know, to change it. What they can do
again, you know,
to change it, actually.
And when the community does come together to make that constructive criticism and whatnot, you know, Bungie really doesn't let us know that, oh yeah, we listened to your criticism. You know, and we're gonna address it, but not now. That's enough to at least shut me up, you know, and say, hey, we heard what you said. We'll work on it later, but not now. And hey, I'll be quiet. All right, good.
You have a respectable. You're being polite and all that stuff with your reply. Not when you're being salty, you know, but definitely I really wish. I think that's the only thing that they need to really work on is they say we're listening, but I'm like, can you tell us what you're listening to, who you're listening to, you know?
Exactly.
Are you listening to the people saying Destiny is dead? You know, like, Bungie, go kill yourself, or are you listening to the people who are saying, hey Bungie, I have a suggestion for your game? You know?
Yeah.
That would be really good, actually. Yes, that's a really good point. I would really like for them to bring that up more. I would really like them. That's a pretty good point. Alright, what's the other thing I want to talk about?
The XP.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
The turtle.
So later this week, Bungie got into a little bit of earlier this week. Bungie got into a little bit of controversy with loot boxes. You know how loot boxes are the hot new thing to talk about. Well,
I wouldn't say it was because of loot boxes.
No, but no, I mean loot boxes, microtransactions, and all that stuff.
There you go.
So Bungie came under some criticism that they've been nerfing our XP gains since the Clarion Call ended, or something like that, to entice us to buy more microtransactions. Which,
but not with everything, you know.
Yeah.
They were nerfing public events and stuff that you could do really quick. And stuff that you can grind really quick. That's what was being nerfed.
And they didn't tell anybody.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. Because they were nerfing it, and nobody knew. I don't know who found out exactly, but that's the biggest issue. They were doing that. I mean,
it doesn't sound. Yeah, I mean, they went and said it wasn't working as intended, or some wording of that. To that, but it doesn't feel that way, to be honest. It feels more like,
I heard about this from you again, but earlier this week, but I really didn't like dive into that. I didn't saw anybody, at least out in the open, in the community, talking about it. Maybe it was more like an in-depth thing. People who found out
Well,
about it,
you
or
see, that's
people
the
who
thing.
researched
Like,
it.
none of the Destiny YouTubers or streamers or anybody was talking about it. The only person that mentioned it, I think, was Dado, and that's after um, it was kind of acknowledged by everybody. The people who were really talking about it were all the were game journalists and other YouTubers. They're not Destiny
Now,
focused.
now, on that, personally, um, before the Clarion Call, I used to do like a couple public events, then maybe a strike, some Crucible, boom, bright engram. All right, went to go turn it in. When the Clarion Call happened, I was doing public events on EDZ, and I got a bright engram. And I'm like, all right, I'll go turn it in as soon as I'm done. Like maybe an hour later, I got another bright engram. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So, especially now, later into the week, um, I kept playing and I kept getting bright engrams faster. Now I had completely forgot about the Clarion Call. I forgot all about it, and I was doing public events and strikes with Ender, and again I just kept getting bright engrams faster than, at least personally to me, it felt it was faster and more often than before the Clarion Call. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I didn't thought it was a big deal, because I went like maybe it's a isolated case, But again, I don't know much about the topic. That's all I can possibly talk about right now, as my personal experience. But again, I didn't dive into the topic too much because I didn't do much research. Because again, I thought that it was like an isolated case.
Now, me personally, when the clearing call came out, started play, it did feel that there was something, it didn't feel as rewarding as you thought it would be. Okay, it did feel that there was something, missing.
What can I do for you, Guardian?
You know, I did a couple, and by a couple, I mean I was playing for, I don't know, an hour, two, 2 hours, and I wasn't able to complete the 100% on the clearing call.
Thanks for shopping Eververse, Guardian.
And also another thing, they limited you to 1 engram from Hawthorne.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird.
I thought it was gonna be recurring, multiple times you can, get it done.
And it wasn't.
Yeah,
So,
and it wasn't.
After the event ended, I did feel like I wasn't getting as many engrams for playing, because I've been grinding Iron Banner to make a loot box opening video, Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't, got a lot of bright engrams, and I'm like, this feels weird. Or maybe it's just a placebo effect from the event ending, Now that I'm not getting as many engrams anymore. Because I actually did feel like I got 1 or 2 more engrams than I normally would have in my playthroughs. But after it ended, I was like, And now I know why, But Bungie's been doing some things, which I don't blame Bungie really. It's definitely Activision. Let's be real. Activision's like, you haven't made as much money with loot boxes as you have before. What's wrong? Getting all mad. That's how I imagine it.
You say imagine Activision?
Yeah. Give me my money. But I felt it, and now I know that it happened. I'm like, why is this happening? But it's Bungie said, it's an accident. They used to save router. It wasn't intentional, not working as intended or something like that.
We're gonna change it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as possible is what the update.
Probably by season 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all the Bungie news, all the Destiny news. I hope this, this video keeps getting dislikes, so that Bungie goes like, okay, we need to do something to make people happy. And I'm looking forward to the last stream because, well, the last stream is gonna be about all that stuff, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure when Smith is gonna do his thing, but he might just take over the last stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is gonna happen.
You know.
I really think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be like, okay, no, we're listening, yo. Buy our DLC.
Wow.
I mean, I saw some comments in there, and they were like, "This is what got me that not to get triggered." I saw those comments. It wasn't people saying Destiny is dead and trash. Well, there were some, but not as many as I was hoping. There wasn't as many as
usual, I suppose.
Yeah, as usual. There wasn't as many going trashing the game and everything. There were mostly people just sad. Like they were like all these comments sounded like they were sad, disappointed, sad, disappointed. Like, oh, why? And that one, like, oh no, Bungie, you didn't cause rage this time. You caused something else.
Yeah, disappointment. I mean, people are just. I mean, I guess you could say people are tired.
There's a giant beetle in my room right now. I want to throw that out there right now. There's 2 of them!
I'll capture them.
I might just let them chill there for a while, until we end the podcast. Oh my god, what the... Where they came from?
Wow.
The only thing I like about winter is the fact that there's no insects anymore, and...
Well, it's winter, they're trying to find a place to hide.
Yeah.
I think they found it.
Yeah, when you see insects starting to go inside your home, like in the open, that means we're gonna have a hard winter. So, I hope.
There's some spring cleaning, winter cleaning to do.
Yeah.
But they're beetles, so it shouldn't be that much cleaning.
They're really big. Okay. Anyway, back on topic. It was Thanksgiving weekend. We spent it. The TMG spent it together. It was
Absolutely.
fun. I had fun, guys.
It was pretty good. It was fun. It was delicious too. It was pretty good.
Dinner was good.
Mm.
The deals were good.
Yeah.
I'm broke.
That turkey though.
I played more Destiny than I thought I was gonna play during this weekend. And I really want to express that even if Destiny is dry right now, I still found a lot of time to play.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't got a lot of time to. I didn't had a lot of time to play Destiny on the weekdays. It's good. I got caught up in work since we were, taking the whole Thanksgiving weekend, So I was caught up in work and I couldn't play Destiny a lot, but definitely these 4 days that I got, I really caught up with most of the stuff that I wanted to do in Destiny. And again, even though I'm mostly done everything already in Destiny, again, this is one of the main things that I want people to understand, that, new experiences and incentives and, end game stuff, but again, I still find Destiny a game that I can just, turn on, play, by myself, and it's even better when you have friends. I mean, whenever we start doing like the nightfall or the raid, or just simply hanging out in the Crucible, I mean,
Crucible.
that's one of the main things that I love about Destiny, that I can always pick it up and play and always have fun. And again, all these streams that Bungie, is releasing and with the information and everything, shouldn't be something to make you worried. It should be something you should be really looking forward to. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Destiny. Now and in the future, I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of stuff to do, but I still find things to do in Destiny 2 right now, that well, keep me entertained.
One last thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about is, let's do a protest by, what's it called? By going to Destiny 1 and playing that. What do you guys think of that?
Well, personally, last time I logged into Destiny 1, I mean, there was a lot of people. The Crucible was lit, was live, and again, I think just like I said earlier, Destiny 2 or any Destiny game right now, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, shouldn't make people think that it should be the only game you should be playing at the time. I mean, God, I mean, if you play Destiny 2 and then you jump into Destiny 1, that's great. If you're playing Destiny 2 and jump into any other game, like, everybody and their mama was playing the new Call of Duty, just to check, if, Activision
What's
fucked it up
about?
again or not, but yeah, again, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, shouldn't be the only games you should play. There are so many other games that you right now can, play and have a great time, and it's a great opportunity to play a lot of nice and good
New
titles.
games.
Exactly, but again, this
Except
is why
Battlefront 2, don't play that.
Destiny. except, and that's exactly why I love Destiny, because it's always a game that I can pick up, play, and have fun, and it's even more fun with friends, But I guess I'll leave it at that, for my opinion, But about the whole protest thing, I mean, I really don't find it as a protest. I really just find it as, playing more Destiny, I guess,
But like many people have said, if you need a break from Destiny, you should go ahead and take a break. I mean, if you still love the game and feel like the game is, disappointing you, I guess, per se, if you take a break, come back, if you already bought the DLC and you're planning on buying it,
Right.
come back, see what changed, see if they listen, and, if they didn't, you can actually, start enjoying other games. You shouldn't be tied up to just Destiny, like the guys are saying.
You know what?
I believe that mentality, especially with YouTubers, because they find a way, to bring in a community, and do lots of stuff, and basically make people think a certain way. But that's one of the things that makes Destiny, quote unquote, dry. It's because people are literally like grabbing and trying to squeeze every drop out of the, out of it. That you go, hey, you already got all of that you can get. No, I can still get more. Nah, you should enjoy the game. It shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't be something you have to do. It should be a game you want to play. And for me, Destiny is definitely a game that I want to play. And I'm looking forward to the whole Curse of Osiris DLC. But again, if for people who are into this game, like I am, like we are, pointing out these issues with Destiny or your favorite game, it's definitely something we should do because just like we learned from Battlefield, recently, sorry, from
Battlefront.
Recently, when people are truly, in discontent with something, that we can actually make a change. We can actually change, something that we don't like. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Esther. Speaking of, let's change to something a little more positive and less meaningful than what Esther said. But did you guys saw that new grenade launcher for Destiny 2 that's gonna come out? The one with the spider trackers or whatever.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that one. No, I haven't seen that one.
It's badass. I hope they bring a lot of good exotics, new ones like that, because Destiny 2 I think has more unique exotics than Destiny 1 did. Like they feel more unique, not as powerful, but more unique.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I hope they bring more of that uniqueness this time. Keep going, but make it more unique, more random. Like now, like grenade launchers with tracker spider things. I like it. That's epic.
That is the way they just saw a video on how they described it. I mean, like it's just amazing. It's like a super crazy cool concept. That I'm really looking forward to seeing how that gets. I like it's used, just like the tractor cannon, that it just pushes you. That's a cool
pushes you.
Yeah. I had so much fun with that thing. I really hope they bring back a weapon. I really want them to bring back Last Word.
Last Word?
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing back, it's already been, they're going to bring back Telesto and J-Rabbit by the looks of it. So why not bring back Last Word? Maybe that way I can 1v1 people again, well, obviously I need private matches to do that 1v1.
Yeah.
I know they're probably gonna save private matches for DLC 2. But I think it would be a really smart move to move it to DLC 1. What do you guys think?
All returning exotics, from
I mean
D1,
private matches. Private matches.
Oh, the private matches. I think the private matches should have been implemented in Destiny 2, but I think the sooner the better. If it's in Crystal Osiris, probably would be good, but if they didn't mention anything, most likely we're not gonna get it. But again, the sooner the better. Am I gonna put a specific date on where I demand to have it? Probably not, but again, it'll be a nice surprise.
It would be.
Alright guys, I think that's pretty much what we gotta talk about. We'll see next week. Let's see what happens. I'm actually kind of excited.
We're not getting an update on the Beatles?
Your Beatles, not the group.
Oh shit, they're gone!
Where did they go to, though?
Oh, exactly. Wait, oh no. Okay, I found one. It's by one of my stuff, but where's the other one? Yo,
that's the question.
It looks like it's ready to jump, bro. I forgot about him. I should have kept an eye on him. But anyway, I'm excited for what's gonna happen next week. I want to see how Bungie reacts to the real negative reception from the community. I'm hoping they do something about it. Make Destiny great again,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright guys, that was our podcast for today. Hopefully we were somewhat entertaining. Probably not. Or at least somewhat informative. Probably not.
What the hell is this guy shooting me with? But yeah.
We'll be back next week with the podcast. Stay tuned for some more videos on the TMG channel. Because they're coming, alright. Oh, did you guys see Nico's... Did you guys see Nico's knife throw?
Yeah.
That was pretty...
That was nice.
That's pretty good. Hopefully you guys will like my loot opening video. Hopefully
loot.
Oh, my loot. Shoutouts to more consoles. Not that he needs some. Alright guys, that was the podcast for this week. Hopefully we'll see you next week and we'll see you around.
Hopefully.
If you guys want to join the Mercury Guardians, you guys are more than welcome to. You know, just look us up in bungie.net, the Mercury Guardians. And
that's the clan name.
Well, definitely, we will guarantee you a good time, 100%. We're not saying we're guaranteeing you
anything more than that.
Than a good time, but we have good times guaranteed. Because after playing with these guys for 3 years, I have never been disappointed by them one bit.
And the good times. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, the good times. The good times, the good time. Thank you for anybody who's watching after it went live, and hopefully we'll see you next week. This was the Line of Darkness for the TMGs.
Always warned you.
Yeleasa 720.
For the Casually Casual podcast, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.